Hi, hello, and welcome back, fucking finally, to another episode of Craven Some Raven. It's been a while, I know, I'm sorry about that, but what are you gonna do when your grandfather dies? You know? You're not really feeling, oh, what do you feel about the Ravens? I don't give a fuck. Poppy's dead. So yeah, went back to Maryland, got to see the whole family. I had planned before I went to go and record an episode, maybe with my dad, maybe with basically anybody else who's also a Ravens fan in the family. Man, it really didn't feel right. I'm sure you can understand. It's just a bummer. Everyone's kind of bummed out. Really, the world kind of stops, even though the world keeps going on. When someone you really love dies, it's like it never happened to everybody else in the world, but your world kind of slows down for a sec. So that being said, there's tons of stuff I missed while I was away. Well, really not a ton of stuff. I mean, like a mild amount of stuff. It is the off season when I've covered the draft enough where it's like, all right, now what the fuck do I talk about? I don't want this to be a draft podcast, but that's really all you can talk about now. Speaking of that, I will be doing another mock draft right before the draft, and I'm probably gonna also do another mock draft. What the hell's going on here? Stop it, phone. Go away. Phone's being dumb. Hold on one sec. Actually, I can't fucking pause it. Oh my god. You stupid fucking iPhone. It wants me to rename this. Alright, fine. I'll fucking rename it right now if you want me to type. Because I can't pause it with the keyboard up, but I have no way of putting the keyboard away. Alright, I'm gonna name this Fuck You Keyboard. Yeah, it looks right. Return. Okay, there we go. Boom. Awesome. I'm not going to name that officially, but that's what it'll be saved at on my phone. Behind the scenes. There you go. We got everything for you here on Craven Some Raven. Are you like me? Are you craving some Raven? You got a hankering? You got a fever? Is the only prescription more Raven? Got a fever. Anyways, so some stuff I missed. Marshall Yanda, he signed a 1-year extension. Holy motherfucking guacamole. He's going to be here for 10 more years now. He's going to retire a Raven. No, he's going to leave us just like Terrell Suggs did, you cunt. No, he probably won't. But it tells me a lot. Signing a 1-year contract extension. That is the most bullshit NFL contract shit I've ever heard. A 1-year extension? Wow. He's a staple to our team. If you really like him, sign him for 2 more years. Unless he specifically told you, this is it, boss. This is my last year. But I doubt he said that because he's a good old country boy. Pull up by the bootstraps, motherfucker. He is going to be there day in and day out. But you know what? They show, money-wise, the confidence in him up to another year. Seriously? Only 1 year? But you know what? Maybe this is because Eric DeCosta, who's in charge of the contracts now, he has decided, hey, in this year's draft, we're going interior offensive line, which is great, which is what I want them to do. I really hope that they get multiple guys in the interior offensive line. But maybe they're going even heavier. Maybe they're getting 3 guys. I think, grab a center, grab a guard, maybe a guard center, someone who can play both. Just in case, add depth and or another starter, at least competition. Competition makes everyone play better. But them signing Marshall Yanda, I mean, it says that, hey, we know you're getting towards the end of the year. We want you to be here at least one more year. Oh, shucks. Oh, shucks. Thanks, Mr. DaCosta. Just one more year? That is zero confidence. Honestly. I love Marshall Yanda. But, God damn it. One year? What's good about that, man? There's nothing. Ain't nothing. It's like I don't have a contract at work, but I feel like if like tomorrow they decided, hey, you're not getting paid hourly anymore, you're going to be on a contract. I feel like they'd at least give me 2 years. Right? I mean, like, if you're, okay, anybody listening to this, if you went into work tomorrow and they decided to start doing things via contract instead of hourly, which is what I make, what I do, would they sign you for more than 1 year? If the answer is yes, then that means your company has more confidence in you than the Ravens do in Marshall Yanda. Fuck. I just hope he retires a Raven. Don't do this. Don't fall into the trap of, I'm going to make more money somewhere else. Yeah, but you're also not going to be as good. You're not going to be well liked, and everyone's going to be mad at you. Everyone's going to be all mad, bro. So, yeah. Great news. He's going to be here through the 2020 season. Awesome news, but it's what? You got to read between the lines, man. Like Jesus. Abide and follow the lines. But then also read between them because, there's you got to look between the meaning of what it actually says. It's a big contradiction. I don't know what I'm saying. Read between the lines, man. Like cocaine. Read between the lines. Don't just do the lines. Read between them. Anyways. Let's see. Marlon Humphrey, he changed his number to 44 to honor his papa, tu padre, his el father in Spanish. Tu papa. Because obviously his dad wore 44 back in the day, and so I feel like he feels like he's going to just resurrect it, pay an homage to it, Fucking, Yoder. I'm an Amish. Pay Amish, I think it's a real awkward number for a DB, especially a corner. I mean, it seems like if it's going to be a number on defense, it's either going to be linebacker or maybe safety. It could even be D-line. Has the NFL, chillaxed on the rules? Have they really, just gone all lax on the rules where they don't care about numbers? Because I'm pretty sure they make it a pretty big deal. So I'm drinking some bucha. I'm going to drink some kombucha. Hopefully I don't get a loogie when I do it. Because any of you out there who also have drinking kombucha, sometimes you get a kombucha loogie. It's fucking gross. It's all just like the rotten junk, the SCOBY as they call it. Anyways, SCOBY it. Yeah, so Marlon decided to change his number. I don't cut here. I'm not editing this at all. I'm just riffing. And actually, I'm kind of pissed off because the last episode I did might have been on hiatus, but I did record this episode before here, but I had paused it and then tried to listen back just to make sure everything sounded good. I don't know why. I normally don't ever do that. And of course, when I re-recorded, it was recording, but it didn't want to add on to the episode because go fuck yourself, I'm an iPhone. That's why. I just have this mic plugged into my iPhone, just a little lapel mic, hook it up on my shirt. On my shirt there. And then I'm good to go. And then I just email it to myself and then send it out. Boom, bada bing, a boom bop. It's a done podcast. Very simple, little to zero work other than talking some bullshit. And I'm just fucking pissed that it deleted and it didn't work. And so now I got to re-record everything. And I don't even know what the fuck I talked about. I talked about all the same subjects, but I didn't think of anything drastic. I didn't come up with anything that like, ooh, wow, hot take there, buddy. Hot take there, Steven. Damn, someone should pay you. Someone should pay me. But you know what? It wasn't a hot take. I fucking lost where I was. God damn it. Marlin 44. It's good. You know, I think him changing his number and it being such a unique number, I think number 44 for the Ravens is going to be synonymous. I think it's going to be one of those things, like from here on out, when I see the number 44, I'm going to think Marlon Humphrey. You know, because a lot of the time I'll see the number 52 and I'm like, Ray Lewis, baby. Just instantly my mind is flooded with memories of Ray Lewis. Or I see the number 20, I'm flooded with memories of Ed Reed. And now, if I see the number 44, I'm sure I'm going to be flooded by memories of Marvin Humphrey, as one would say. I guess, not Suggs. Oh, Suggs. I was crying, if you couldn't tell. Not Suggs. Judon had started calling Marlon Humphrey Marvin, which is great. I mean, it's kind of funny. And I think that'll stick. I really hope Marlon Humphrey just goes by that from now on. I think that'd be hilarious. Good old Marvin Humphrey. Marvin. Because Marvin's an old guy name. That's like an old school name. There's no new babies being named Marvin. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Like, Marvins have canes, not diapers. Hot take. Hot take. I'm actually... The title of this episode. Marvins have canes, not diapers. That's deep, man. It's real deep. Yeah. Let's see what... Yeah, there are some other jersey numbers that have changed. Speaking of which... Let's see, I got a list here. I had it up because I was looking at it before when I recorded this before, and I couldn't find the website, and I went on a ramble about where the fuck is this article? Well, I found it, and now I don't have to pause it. So now I'm just gonna talk straight through. So we got wide receiver Seth Roberts. He is number 11. I guess the last Raven to have that, at least the most notable to me, is Kamara Aiken. Perriman. Perriman had 11. I liked 11. I like the number 11. It's good parallel lines. You know, I'm a machinist by trade, and so when I see the 11, I think, oh, this wide receiver has got to be parallel to what the Ravens got to do. You know, it's a symbol for it. Got to be parallel. Got to be parallel, and it's a good-looking number. I like the palindrome type numbers where it's the same forward as the same way back. Is that palindrome? Is that what that is? Am I thinking of something else? Palindrome, right? Like the name Hannah. Hannah. Am I wrong? That's called a palindrome, right? Anyways, yeah, so like I like 11, 22, 33, maybe 44 is going to be a new favorite. I mean, the 44 together, it's awkward. But like I said, I think Marvin's going to make it look good. And then at 55, Suggs made it amazing. You know, 66, meh. 77, meh. 88, that's what's up. 88's a dope number. I had that number back in the day when I was playing tight end. 99, I mean, meh. Yeah, it's alright. Favorite number, though, by far, gotta be 69. Nothing like a good old 69. Yeah, okay, so Mark Ingram, he is going to be 21, which is a DB number. I mean, he was 22, which would have been okay. I mean, it's a DB number, but it's, you know, palindrome, like I said, so 22. Nice and even, nice and equal, looking good on the numbers. Tuck that ball under the 2. We good to go, baby. But now he's 21. He ain't Ladarius Webb. I know Deshaun Elliott had that last year, but seriously, 21. I would have rather him take like a 30 number. But you know, whatever. To each his own. You really want to be in the 20s? Go for it, my dude. My dude. New cornerback Justin Bethel. He is 28. I'm pretty sure. Who had that number last year? Was that Averett? Did Averett have 28? Don't tell me. Even though I know you can't speak to me. And if you did, I'd be kind of freaked out because you know where I live. And then, how the fuck did you find me? Okay? All three of you? All three of my listeners? Yeah. Creepy. How dare you find me? You sick fuck. So he took 28. I mean, yeah, whatever. Earl Thomas took 29. We know about that. Stole it from Marvin. You dick. But, you know, he was 29 in Seattle. He made it famous there. Might as well just continue the tradition. Deshaun Elliott took 32. Huh. So he took old Eric Weddle's number. Who was 32 before that? I don't know, and I don't care. Because obviously they didn't make a big enough impact. But you know what? This is actually... I like this because Eric Weddle coming out and in the NFL, he was just kind of one of those guys where the ball just fell his way. He was just one of those guys where he's just always where the ball is and it just falls to him. And Deshaun Elliott is the same exact way. I've seen it too many times, or I've seen, like at least in college and like a very little bit in the preseason, where he just happens to be right where the ball gets fumbled to, right where the errant pass goes. You know, when you're watching these guys, you're like, man, he's just a lucky player. These are just lucky stats. And like when you're watching the tape, but it just happens so consistently where you're like, God damn it. He's a fucking leprechaun. We got the luck of the Irish over here. He must have a 4-leaf clover stuck in his asshole. Take out the clover, smell it. Gross. How would you even put a clover in your asshole? Wouldn't the stem come off when you try to take it out, anyways, or when you shove it in? Like, I don't know much about buttholes, but I know they're tight. Gross. I hope my family's listening. Because I told them about the podcast at the funeral, so hopefully they're listening. Like, oh, getting over the death, and hey, now listen to Clover's in the ass. Hi, welcome to Craving Some Raven. Do you have a clover in your ass? Anyways, I just feel like it'd be impossible to pluck out because the leaves would get stuck, and if you grab it by the stem, right? Wouldn't the stem would break off? I'm really thinking into things here. Anyways, Deshaun Elliott, lucky player. Anthony Averett, he took 34. Who was 34? Was that someone had 34, right? Wasn't that Buck Allen? Buck Allen still hasn't been signed by anybody. He can still come back. I think that's pretty telling that he gave up his number. Maybe he knows that his days are numbered. Come on. That was... His days are numbered, so he gave it up. And then, yeah, like I've already talked about it. Marvin, I should say, 44. Yeah. Good stuff. I don't know, do I have anything else to talk about? I'm at 18 minutes here. 18 minutes of just bullshitting. Finally got players in the building, which was cool. Got players in the building for off-season workouts and some interviews, finally. Lamar Jackson, he talked about his mechanics. He's been working on his mechanics. You know, he went back and checked the tape as to why he threw some crazy inaccurate passes. And it's because of mechanics, everyone's been saying. And finally, he addressed it. He was like, yeah, you know, my mechanics weren't that great. You know, he talked a bunch about a lot of stuff. Nothing really of note. Basically, all of the guys who got interviewed. So, let's see, it was Lamar Jackson got interviewed, then Tony Jefferson. I don't know if this is in order or not. Just looking at the website, but... not right now, but just from what I remember seeing, it was Tony Jefferson, it was Lamar Jackson, it was Mark Ingram, also Peanut, Patrick Onwuasu, if that's how you say, if that is your real name. And then Orlando Brown. Just the greatest city in Florida, Orlando. It is very brown. Just kidding. It's pretty green and gross and hot and sticky. But it's got Disney World. So, yeah. It is pretty interesting, though, like seeing that those names as these are the guys you're interviewing. Because the team, past few years, it's been, yeah, all right, you gotta, first ballot interviews, it gotta be Joe Flacco, Terrell Suggs, throw in Eric Weddle, maybe like Brandon Carr, like another defensive player, and then Marshall Yanda. So this really tells me a lot. Like what the direction that the Ravens are trying to go. Because these are new faces, really, that they're interviewing. 2 rookies, a free agent that we brought in, another free agent that we brought in who's been here for 2 years, and then Peanut, who I think is the most veteran presence when it comes to those interviews, at least when it comes to being on the Ravens. So, like Lamar Jackson's Instagram, it's like this is a new era in the Ravens, and they're really trying to put the new faces forward. Maybe they're trying to say, hey, these are going to be the new guys. Get used to it, motherfucker. Get used to it, bitch. And it's surprising. Like, why don't you throw Marvin up there? Why don't you... Marvin. Why don't you, like, if you're going to get an offensive line, wouldn't it be either Marshall Yanda or, Stanley? What's his first name? Why can't I think of it right now? Well, this is awkward. Yeah, or Stanley, out of all the offensive line, why are you going to pick the second-year player? Maybe they just want to get interviews like, what do you think is going to happen now with the sophomore here since you had success last year? But it's weird. Then why wouldn't you interview Mark Andrews? Maybe they're going to do more interviews. I really don't know. I'm not part of the team, even though it sounds like I am. Just kidding. They don't pay me. I pay them. With respect and love. As do you. Because, listen, if you're listening to this, then you must be craving some Raven. Then you understand what this podcast is about. You understand that you have a hankering. You got a fever. And the only prescription is more Raven. Got a fever. A fever. Only prescription. More Raven. Man, did that sound like Christopher Walken? Because damn, it sounds like he's in my apartment right now. Get out. Oh, what are you doing here? Get out of here, Christopher Walken. Get out, man. Get out. Ain't be having that shit up in here. Not in here. This is my dojo. I'm craving some Raven, and you're just creeping me out. Man. Get out of here. I know you got a soldering iron. Talking to my friend all wrong. I'm gonna stab you in the face. The soldering iron. Anyways, I think Christopher Walken is the toughest accent to try to get down. The toughest impression to do. Find me someone who can do a Christopher Walken impersonation well, and I'll show you Christopher Walken. Because only he can do it. No one said anything crazy in the interviews. What else happened, man? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like something else happened, but I just can't think of it right now. Did anything else happen? Hey Siri, did anything else happen while I was away? Yeah, so not really sorry, but I wish I could have done another episode. But I don't know. I don't know if I said this before, but at the start of the episode, I know I kind of mentioned it. My grandfather died, so I actually flew out to Maryland. I was in Maryland, and before I went out there, I had planned on maybe doing an episode. I brought the equipment, aka just a little lapel mic and my cell phone, and I was going to record an episode with maybe my dad or maybe some other family members who really are into the Ravens, maybe my uncle, maybe basically anybody. But just not. Yeah, it didn't feel right. Didn't feel good. Not good timing. Everyone's sad. Like, hey, are you crying? Use this microphone to blotch your tears. How do you feel about the Ravens? Fuck off. So I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna do another mock draft right before the draft. And that'll be my last one. So so it'll be a total of, I've done 5 before the draft. And I'm also going to come out with another mock draft. And it's going to be a little atypical because it's going to be an all 32, just the first round, BNA mock draft. And when I say BNA, I mean best name available. Everyone has Lil Jordan Humphrey first, going first overall. Everyone's kind of, penned in the name. This stuff's supposed to be in pencil, but everyone's penned in Lil Jordan Humphrey as going first in the BNA draft. But you know what? I think we got some challengers. There's some good names in this draft now. You heard? So be looking out for that. It'll say BNA draft, and it's not going to be serious. It's going to be all joking. But that's what I like to do. I joke around. I talk Ravens. I don't. That's about it. So look out for that. So if you like the podcast, like it, comment, subscribe, leave a rating. Do all that stuff that really takes no effort, but no one wants to do because it takes the tiniest bit of effort. So, maybe move your index finger, press that button, press those few buttons if you want to comment. Literally everything helps because I looked it up on the iTunes podcast because I love listening to podcasts. So I literally just, in the search bar, I looked up Baltimore Ravens podcast, and I don't fucking show up on the first page, even though there is actually on the page, there is only one page that they give. And you know what's bullshit? There's a Lions podcast that comes up, there's a Cowboys podcast that comes up, and I'm all Ravens. It's in the fucking name. Craven some Raven. I am literally the embodiment of a Ravens fan because I am one. And all of these other podcasts that are Ravens fans, they might be Ravens fans, but they're in the media. They have to keep things tight-knit. I'm a loose tie motherfucker. My shirt is untucked. I don't know why I'm yelling. But I'm pissed off because just please, if you're listening on iTunes, just give it a 5-star rating or whatever you feel fit. If you want to give 2-star, then fuck you. No, then stop listening. Whatever. But if you want to help out, give a 5-star rating because things will blow up. If I get on that first page, I have a feeling things will blow up, and then maybe one day I can have real ads. This episode was not sponsored, but, I've had sponsors on my other episodes. Obviously, all the sponsors were very real and totally paid me money, even though it's just me shitting on different companies and just making fun of stuff. But every little thing helps. And you know what? If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to send me an email at csrpod@gmail.com. That's spelled CSRPOD. I don't have a social media presence. Maybe I will in the future, just not right now. I don't really like social media in my regular life, so why would I do it for this that doesn't make any money? Maybe it'll help, maybe it won't. I don't know. Maybe I'll get a Twitter. I don't know. I just don't want my name linked up to it. I mean, my name is Stephen Owings, but I don't want it. I don't want to put it on my regular social media. I want it to be natural. I don't want to like promote to all friends and family and then get these boosted numbers that are like, oh my God, look at all the people that watched it. No, it's just all your friends and family that just want to see you fail, and or friends from high school that you don't talk to anymore that saw you posted on Facebook. No, I want this to be just a natural growth. That I just want it to be people who like listening to Ravens content, even in the off season, during the season, whatever it is. People who like me are craving some Raven and really like it, and naturally, it just grows naturally. Like people subscribe because they like to listen to it. I don't want it to be pity numbers. Or like just I'm here to support you. No, I want it to be fans. I want it to be fans who give me these numbers. Obviously, I told some of my family members about the podcast, but I didn't tell everybody. Because I talk bullshit. I say some crazy stuff on here. It's not some stuff I'm not crazy proud of. Not stuff you want to take to a family function. But anyways, thank you for listening. Really. Yeah, just help me out, like, comment, subscribe, do all that bullshit, or don't. Go fuck yourself. So with that being said, just want to leave you with a go Ravens, baby! Thank you.